Hello internet friends, I am back and I'm filming from a slightly different angle this time. This video is a plant video, but I thought I'd do something a little different and I would show you my propagation station, aka the clone zone. This is where I propagate my plants and turn them into more plants. For instance, I've turned one spider plant into 23 spider plants, and I've turned my Chinese money plant into 5 Chinese money plants. I'm also propagating monsteras, a few other things. I really like propagating things, so I just thought I would show you my current setup, how I do it, and tips to help other people propagate if they want to. So behind me, I'll pick you up for a second so I can show you. I have bought a grow light and I've cleared out this cupboard, which is where I used to keep alcohol, and now I use it to grow my plants. You can see up there, there's a light attached to the top, and then because each shelf is glass, it kind of filters through, and all the plants get some of that sweet, succulent, delicious and amazing UV light. I think that's what it is. Let me just reset that. Yeah, nice, perfect. And I'm propagating like mad right now. I'm growing a few things. Okay, that's the drying rack, so that doesn't need to be touched right now. I'm propagating quite a few things. I'm always on it with spider plants. For me, it's really easy to propagate my spider plant because it was root bound, so it was in a pot that was a bit too small for it. And my experience with spider plants is if you leave them in the root bound pot, they'll start to push out babies that literally just look like this with no roots. And you can just pull them off, put them in a little conical of water like this, and they will grow roots really quickly. This one has, as you can see, grown already loads of really thick roots. They're like nearly the length of my finger. So soon this guy's ready to be replanted and then he will thrive. So yeah, spider plants is really easy. I'm pretty much always propagating them. At any given point, my mother spider plant has like at least 7 babies hanging off. So she's always ready for a propping. I'm also currently propagating this succulent. This actually just fell off my main money plant. If you have a money plant and the thing falls off, and this little part falls off, don't worry. Just remove the leaves from the lowest part and then stick that part in water. You have to remove the leaves because otherwise they might rot in the water. And then literally the stem will produce a ton of tiny little roots. You can see this in one of my older plant videos. And then I planted him in soil, and now he lives in this little sleepy llama cup. Good luck, little guy. I hope you live. A more interesting one that I think is something people would like to know about is the monstera. I love my monstera. You know I love my monstera. It's one of my favourite plants. And they're really easy to propagate once again. As they grow, they have these nodes. And these nodes can become a root. So all you need to do is cut it off maybe a few centimetres before the root, before the node, and then just put the node in water. And over time, eventually, this will happen, and it will just grow out right out of the side there. This one's not yet, give it time. This one's ready to be potted, to be honest with you, but I'm leaving it for now because it's still a little dark here in the UK, and I'd rather do it in spring when it has a better chance lighting-wise. But yeah, monsteras are really easy to propagate. Literally just chop it off, get the node in the water, and just wait. You don't have to put it under a grow light. All of these could be done without a grow light. I'm just really excited about my grow light, so excuse me for basically showing everything in here temporarily. I am also propagating, this is the same plant as this again. When you pull the leaves off the stem, you don't have to throw them away because you can also propagate them. You just literally lay them on the soil and a root will come right out of the end of the leaf and down into the soil. And so like, here are the leaves that I pulled off. I put every single leaf in here and every single one is starting to produce tiny, tiny little succulents. There. Amazing. So this will have 5 plants in, but obviously this will grow a lot slower than this will. But I would say by the end of summer, I'm hoping to have 5 little succulents in there, which will be really cool. I like how I've not put any of this back, and now my table is just building with things that I have propagated. Oh god, I'm gonna have so many plants. Would any of you like a plant? I have so many plants, and they are multiplying at a furious rate. Yeah, once you've planted a spider plant like this one, you can put it I plant this in a cup because I'm constantly running out of vessels to plant my things in. Does it need watering? It needs watering. This plant doesn't actually need to be in the propagation station, but the cat ate some of the spider plant. Cats love spider plants. They love spider plants. I think they're so delicious. So if you have a cat, keep your spider plant away from it, because your cat will eat spider plant and then it will barf up tiny bits of plant in your house and you will feel very annoyed. So yes, I've moved this to the propagation station in the hopes that it will push out more new leaves and it won't look as sad as it looks right now, because it is looking a little bit sad at the moment. Here is also another succulent I'm propagating. This is why I have so many Chinese money plants, because they're so easy to propagate. I would say monsteras, spider plants, and succulents are the easiest to propagate in my experience. I have very rarely had anything die. Everything just develops roots eventually, even in winter. So I think they're great for beginners. I'm also propagating an avocado. This is an avocado that I bought from the supermarket. Currently living in a shot glass of water. I've heard the method that you can kind of like stab them with like toothpicks, balance them in water, and eventually they'll grow. In my experience, that just takes half a year for nearly anything to happen. It could be because I'm in the UK and it is really cold and dark here. So what I did instead was I just wrapped the stone in wet kitchen towel, and then I put it in this, and then I put it on the windowsill. So it was getting sun, it was getting humidity, and it was in a tiny, effectively it was in a tiny greenhouse that I made. So it was a bit warmer and a bit moister, and it thrived. It's doing so good. You can see the root in the middle that's going to grow down, and out of the top will come leaves, and it's going to be very, very cute. I'm sorry I keep saying very cute. I'm watching too much South Park right now. Well, re-watching South Park, because it's a great show, especially in these very strange times. There, at least it can make you laugh about things. So that's just going to go back there. That doesn't look great, I know, but it works. Damn it, it works. And finally, just hold up. I've shown you my string of hearts before, and I'm now propagating string of hearts. Wow. Okay, so here you can see, oh sorry, ignore my stomach rolls. Here you can see, basically what I did is I chopped off one of the strings from my string of hearts. I laid it all across the side. I actually used a hair clip to hold it down. And then I took off the individual nodes and I pressed them down in the middle. I've watered it, put it under a grow light, and the theory is all of these should individually grow roots down, and then they'll start producing the string of hearts that hangs off the side. This is what I'm really excited about, because the string of hearts is one of my favourite plants I own, and it's kind of hard to propagate it in a way that's quick. I've tried chopping it before and putting it in water, and it does work. They grow roots, but it's just like then you just have one string. So I guess you need to chop like 10 at once and do that way. But this means that you lose less of your main plant. I only took 2 small strands to create this, so if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. But I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. I love my plant so much. Yeah, and I think it looks really cool anyway, just like that. So, amazing. Very, very happy. Put that back in there. And yeah, I'm also propagating my neon pothos, which has put out a pink leaf. So I assume it's doing pretty good. And a leper lily. These two are like a bit further down their plant journey than the other ones are. So they get to go on the top shelf because they've earned it. They've earned their position on the top shelf. It's like a tiered system. If you live in the UK right now, I think the phrase tier is depressing because of lockdown life. So I'm sorry I just said that for any British people watching this video. But yeah, I love propagating. It makes me really, really happy. I know it's kind of a stupid... Oh, sorry, hold on my phone. I know it's like kind of stupid in a way because if you just want more plants, you can just buy them. But I really find that like it's really calming and soothing to just create more life and to watch life grow and to see like the roots appearing. It really makes me very happy. I think it's it's definitely my most relaxing hobby. After I've had like every day I like to just walk around and check on all the plants, and by the end of the like half an hour I'm quite and I feel very peaceful. So if you have any of these plants, I would honestly suggest chop a tiny bit off, propagate it. You will feel so good, kind of like God, when you see more life appearing. So that's really cool and exciting. And I would suggest doing it. And if you have any tips for me regarding propagation or any advice or any tips, please give it to me, because give me your wisdoms. Give me your wisdom nuggets. I need it. I need it. I'm not that smart. I don't have that many nuggets. A lot of this for me has just been trial and error. And I follow a few accounts on Instagram that are helpful as well. But give me your wisdom nuggets, please. I do actually have one final thing I want to show you, but I'm not sure if it's... Oh, it's there. Cool. I mentioned in a few of my other videos that I had a calathea that was just on the brink of death. It's the closest I've ever got to killing a plant. And I've turned out the issue was that it was the water I was putting in it was had chlorine in it, so it was building up in the soil and it was poisoning the plant. Water diva, am I right? So I bought a water filler, 20 goddamn pound for a water filler, not for me, for my plants. I think I said that in the last video. And now we are just trying to see what's going to happen. I cut off one of the best stems, like the most alive one. I trimmed off all the burntness around the edge so it didn't spread any further. And then I put the root system in water. The only problem is some of the roots definitely need removing because they are actually going to do that after this video. I'm going to do it after this video. Some of the roots are really healthy, like these ones. They have dirt on them. Let me rub off the dirt. They have dirt on them, but they're healthy and they're good. Then there are some roots that are just black and they need to be removed because they're rotted. And if I don't remove them, the rot will very likely spread to the rest. But since I put it in water, the stem got tougher again and the leaf has started to get a lot greener and it's like tougher, it's got more structure to it. So I think it's working, which is exciting. But I do need to chop off the dead roots. And honestly, like obviously this doesn't look great. This is more like a personal thing of like, I refuse to let you die. I will not lose a man. I will get through this winter. I know it's basically spring now. I will get through this winter and I will not lose a single soldier, including this guy. So I'm really hoping he will live. He does need a chop though. He also really could do with some humidity. Right now he's downstairs, but he should be in the bathroom. They really like calatheas like this and this. You can kind of tell which ones they are by their really distinct leaf pattern. They like humidity, they like the warmth. They don't like chlorine. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend getting a calathea unless you're willing to like give it filtered water and really look after it and humidity. They're not a very good beginner plant. It's really easy to kill them. And it's quite demoralising, just slowly watching it every day get a bit more. You know what I mean? So, I probably wouldn't actually recommend getting one of these as a good beginner plant. Get one of these instead. They will love you, they will grow, they will be beautiful, and they will never let you down. I'm looking at you, calathea. I'm going to get some like comments now because people don't like it when you're mean to your plants. So I'm really sorry that I was just mean to my calathea, but he really doesn't deserve the compliments. Please like, please subscribe, please give me your information. Not like your credit card details or anything like that. Just give me your plant information if you have any. That would be really appreciated. And goodbye from my amazing calathea. Like and subscribe.